Good day everyone, we are now here at Cafe Leon, and for today's video we will be having another session of our TED Talks, and for today we will be interviewing one of the most successful corporate owner here in Cagayan de Oro. His name is Lee Hormillosa. Life is all about taking risk, and for today we will be meeting a person who is a great risk taker. We will be discovering how he was able to manage successes in life by taking a great risk.
Okay, so my name is Lee Hormillosa. I'm the corporate secretary and treasurer of Beinish Global Center Incorporated. So it has been fully registered and operating in Cagayan de Oro City since December of 2022. Our primary business is providing ESL services, is English as secondary language in Israel. So most of our teachers are actually in Luzon, particularly in the Manila area, but they also have a few teachers within Mindanao and Visayas. So we are providing ESL services to various students in Israel, catering from beginner up all the way to C1 level. And we also have a few gigs right now. So recently we have launched our VA and recruitment services as well in the US and in Canada. And we also have a digital marketing platform in the US. So we're catering into beauty clinics. So we are doing lead generation all the way to appointment setting. And we have a few deals that we're trying to close for 2025 as well.
How do you manage your workload, sir?
So it really has to be really strategic. So you have to understand that you're just really like one person. So who's actively running the company is me as far as operations is concerned. And then majority of the business is being managed by my partner in Israel. He's very young. He's 24 years old, but he's already a millionaire. So how we manage our time is that he's more on client acquisition because he has the network not only in Israel but also in the US. And I basically handle operations here in the Philippines.
Okay, that's nice to hear, sir. So, a follow-up question.
Yeah.
How do you think your employees would describe your management style as a corporate owner?
Awesome. So since we are fairly new, just like what I mentioned, we just started way back 2022. We operate in less than 100 full-time employees. And although the industry is kind of, wide because we not only do outsourcing, but we also do a lot of small projects and a lot of these small work that we're doing for small to medium-sized enterprise companies in Canada and in the US. The way we managed our employees is we're very employee-centric. So one of the things that we really put value is we're not only operating like a small family, but we also want to make sure that everyone who's working for us are really compensated well. So one of the things that me and my partner agreed on is that when we put the business here in the Philippines, it's really more on providing opportunities and really improving the quality of life here in the Philippines.
How would you personally describe your management style?
Management style is really more on being employee-centric. Like what I've said, in most corporate companies, and I've actually worked with various big corporate companies in Manila before I transferred here in Cagayan. So majority of them is really more on profitability, right? It's driven by profit margins. It's always about numbers, all right? Yeah, they can always brand themselves as, family-oriented, business, employee-centric, great place to work, and what other, I would have to say cliche branding. But what's really missing is that personal touch and the genuine intention to really create this sustainable and productive environment for the employees to not only earn, but also grow. It's really a matter of how you transform your employees into better versions of themselves. That's really what the aim is. So that's always been my management style. Very transparent, very fair when it comes to compensation. And at the same time, I am not really, I would say, I don't keep anything from those who are working under me. I'm very transparent. Transparency is always the key. There's no misrepresentation. There's no misconception. I just want to, be very transparent so that they know what they're getting themselves into. And really, it's more on the employee's personal development I would not be able to achieve what I have achieved today if not for the mentors that I had for the past couple of years. So it's really more of me like returning what I've actually learned into the society. So because again, it's really more on the improvement of the quality of life.
What is your greatest strength as a corporate owner?
Greatest strength? Our greatest strength is really more on transparency and our intention. Because like what I mentioned, most of these corporate companies, the traditional corporate companies, is they would tend to hide, the real situation of the company. They would tend to hide like how profitable the company is because they want to maximize it. But with us, our greatest strength is really more transparency. We really tell all of the people that are working with us what the plans are, right? What the real deal is. Like how much would you potentially get from the company itself. So from that transparency, we are able to get very loyal employees, those who would really stick to the company regardless of what our decisions are, simply because the transparency is there. So for you to be able to get the trust of your employees, you also have to invest trust. And you cannot invest trust unless you are fully transparent.
Okay, so sir, I have general question here. What are qualities or traits to make a successful business owner, sir?
The quality is really more on honesty, right? Honesty is one of the things that will really differentiate your business from other businesses. And I would even say like fairness and equity. So what do I mean by equity? So we are all aware that, we are not equals. No one is equal here. We are born differently. Our economic status are also very different. That's why we do not promote equality. We always promote equity. Equity is a sense of justice. It's really more on providing what is actually needed. Because again, we're not born equals. Other countries have more privileges, more resources from us. Sometimes we are born with families that are not also the same as far as economic status is concerned. So really more on equity.
So here's my question, sir. Like, how do you handle and adapt to change po?
We have to be very innovative, especially nowadays. If you think about it, no one would actually believe me if I say this back in the 90s, that this will replace and be better than all of the supercomputers, combined during the 90s. So our business strategy is always to innovate, to make things better. Even the way we do our digital marketing nowadays, because before, I think a few years ago, influencers were really a big thing. Like if you want to be popular, you have to tap a lot of influencers and a lot of stars, right? Right now, it's really more in community building. It's more community now. Like you can be an influencer, but then I don't know if you've noticed that even television is losing its popularity nowadays. Right? Nobody watches cable TV nowadays because everything is so spontaneous and instant because of the internet. We always believe that the more problems you solve, the greater your profitability is.
Yeah, thank you so much, Charlie. Does anyone have follow-up questions?
I really admire, sir, the growth ng company bitaw, sir. So I am just curious if naa may mga aspects ng company culture na you think needs to be nurtured more in the future po.
If it's really more in the company culture right now, because you're just really fairly new. So there are some disagreements even with my own colleagues back in the company that I used to work with, because family was something that is really in their core value. And then they tend to question it nowadays. They say that, oh, we're growing, we're becoming bigger. So they're really slowly trying to deviate. In fact, even thinking of removing that family core value into something more bigger, something more corporate. But for me, and trust me, if you don't really like spoil or taint what family is, because sometimes our personal experiences with our family gets mixed up But if you really think about the real essence of family, and I've seen this kasi in the Israeli community, they're very communal. What makes them different is that they're very communal. They're like Chinese but better. They're like Muslims and Chinese. They're very communal. So when I say communal, when you have a business and you're a Hebrew or an Israeli, they will support your business. They will say, oh, you want to buy socks? This friend of mine is selling socks. Go buy from this person. That's how they are. That's why they're so successful despite the fact that they're being persecuted since World War II. Genocide, ilaman na ang limo sila sa Germany. But why are they so rich and successful? Because they really live and breathe the family culture.
I think that's just everything. Thank you very much, Sir Lee. Once again, thank you very much for
No
sparing us
problem.
some time. And yeah, once again, everything that you have just shared, that will be kept confidential and will be used only for this project. Thank you very much. That's it, mga ka-TED Talks. For today, we have discovered that life is really all about taking risk. That we will not be able to achieve great things in life if we are not willing and committed to take risk. See you next time. Bye-bye.